Here is a hike I took yesterday. It's from my backyard. This is Peralta Road here. I live over here in Peralta Trails, and went along here and then went up. I did cut over here. I think it was to take some pictures of some cows or something I saw over here. I can't remember what it was. But then I continued up, and I went past the cattle guard here. There's a cattle guard, and I went past that. There were some people camping here. There was quite a few people camping along here. Some here and some here and some here, and also some here, I think, if I remember right. And anyway, I went up here. I didn't come back this way. This is the way I came back. I went up this way, and where I took the VR picture, the first one is the virtual reality picture here, and then I took the second one here. I did go over here. I'm pretty sure I went over here to take some pictures of some cows. It was very interesting. On the way back, usually, cars are going 50, 55, in fact, along the road, Peralta Road. Causes a lot of dust, and it's not really nice if you're walking down the road. But the cars were very, very slow. When I was coming back, I came down. I did cut over here a little bit, but I came back mostly on the road here, and they were very slow. And I thought, oh, that's nice. I wonder why they're so slow. Well, they were going up. And the reason they were so slow is because there was a bunch of cattle on the road here. And I guess they were worried that they might encounter more cattle. But it was interesting. And I posted some pictures of the cattle and also of these pictures on Facebook. So anyway, it was about 9 miles, 9.5 maybe. It took about 4 hours. I was averaging about 2 miles an hour. So it was enjoyable hike. What time I started? At about almost 2 o'clock, and finished a little bit after 6. So about 4 hours. I did meet a runner, a trail runner here, and I think, where was I met him? He was running here, and then I guess he went up and then came back down, because he passed me twice, once one way and once the other. And then I did see some bikers, some people on mountain bikes here. I think it was here. They came across up here, if I remember right. Let's fly it, and I'll give you an idea of where they were, and give me an idea of where they were. Okay, I start from my backyard, like I mentioned, and let's speed it up a wee bit. And I took the first VR picture right about, where is it? Someplace here. And went up the road. This is basically a little trail that's off the road, but it's not a long ways off the road. Yeah, there's the first VR picture here. There was campers, I think, here, like I mentioned, and campers here. Let's keep going. And then I cut over. Their trail is fairly well marked. As you can see here, you can see it. Some of it was a cow trail, and in fact I went over here, and that's where I took some pictures of some cows. Didn't see any other wildlife besides, and they're not wild, besides cattle. Well, maybe I saw some birds, but that was about it. And just followed the road. Then I cut over here, the road here. Let's pop out of that and see, and let me show you. The road goes quite a ways up here. There is a feeding trough here. It was kind of interesting. You can't take it this way. I went up there's a trail that goes up this way, and I went there, and I think there's a fence here, but it's been torn down or something. There's not much to it. Old barbed wire fence. And anyway, went up. Not much elevation gain. I think it was about altogether 400 feet, maybe 800. That's where the feeding trough was. Maybe 800 AEG. Then I cut over to the trail. Now this trail is interesting. Many places it's a pretty good mountain biking trail, but there's a couple of areas that I don't know. I'm not a very good mountain climber. Now I did meet the people coming up. I think they came up. I don't know where they came up, to be frank. I think they might have come up this way. And I met them here, and then they were coming back. They were going to go across the ridge line here like I did. And it was a nice view up here. I got some pictures up here and enjoyed it. Then went up farther. There's a funky old cactus right here. You can see the shadow of it. And I got a picture of that. And then followed this one up. Now this trail is not quite as good as the other one. I think you can mountain bike it if you're a really good mountain biker. And then I came down this one. This one's a pretty good trail. As you can tell, it's both a horse trail and a cattle trail, I think, and a bike trail. I think I've seen bikers, at least biker tracks, tire tracks on there. And came back here. This is, I think that's where I saw the runner, at least one time when he passed me was here. But then I get back on the road and then back to, this is Peralta Road. I went off here thinking, I don't know, there's a lot of traffic and I didn't want to stay on there. Then I went down here and then went off again. Here's where I saw the cattle, I think, right there. Let's see, yeah. Well, maybe it's farther down. But there was a bunch, and I got a bunch of pictures of them. I can see why people slowed down. They're big animals. You don't want to hit one of them. Whoa. And then back. Now that's where the ranch is. So I think, and it was interesting, there was, I'm not exactly sure it was, I think it was right here where I took a picture of the fence. There's a fence, but it looks like they want to make sure that nobody got in there, and it's brand new. They've taken a couple telephone poles, and on the mounds they've dug up, they've put them on top of their longways, so even if you have something or an area in the fence where you could get through, there's no way you're going to get through unless you have a very low vehicle. But it was interesting to see. Anyway, let's continue. And then I went back basically the way I came. Nice hike. Like I say, about 9.5 miles or so. And enjoyed it. It was, maybe that's where I took no, I don't think that is. I don't know why I went over there. And then back here where I began. Hope you enjoy this and the pictures on Facebook.